So I'm Anthony Lloyd and I'm based here in Charlbury. This is my workshop, which is a lovely old building called Royal Oak Press, and I'm a sculptor and a printmaker. I like sculpting and printmaking partly because I like to start working maybe in 2D and move into 3D, or I might start in 3D and move back into 2D. So I like the continuity of 2D, 3D, 2D. And the other thing I do is I run workshops in here for 3 or 4 people at a time, and we do printmaking. And I haven't not running sculpture workshops yet, but I love running printmaking workshops. So I worked in industry for about 30 or 40 years in the paper industry, and then about 12, 15 years ago I thought, if I'm ever going to go and do a fine art degree, I better get on and do it. So I went and did a full-time BA for 3 years, and then at the end of that I went and did printmaking. Down in Bristol I did a master's in printmaking. And when I went to art college I really thought I was going to paint because that's all I'd ever done. But what I discovered was printmaking and sculpture, and really I've been a printmaker and a sculptor ever since then. It's only 3 or 4 years since I found out about stone carving, and that's really my passion at the moment, is stone carving. So we're a Royal Oak Press in Charlbury. This is my workshop, and I've got a wonderful etching press here, which is what I used for my printmaking, and space outside where I can do sculpture. So I do stone carving, my stone carving table outside, and I do printmaking in here, and I sometimes I do etching. I got a facility for etching. I've got a aquatint box here that I made, so I can apply an aquatint. And I can do relief printing and collagraph, and all of this I teach in workshops as well. I have 3 or 4 people in here at a time, and we do workshops and learn about printmaking.
Great. Do you want to show us some of your stuff?
Some of my
the things you're on there.
Yeah. So this is a piece I made a few years ago, which is a celebration of the metal workers in Birmingham, who've all disappeared now. This is, I imagine, the sort of little plaque that they might have outside their workshop. And then this is an exploded book showing the names of, they're all real people, their addresses and where they worked. And then round here, I've got some examples of some of my work here. And what you see in the corner here is a festoon. Okay, this is what I made for my degree show down in Bristol, and it's a constantly moving strip of paper, building and collapsing and building and collapsing, and forming these wonderful structures. And it stops it only works when you're moving. So if I leave it, it stops working. So there it is, building and collapsing and producing these fabulous shapes. So it's a festoon celebrating all my life in the paper industry. Yes, so I think there's a huge variety in my work. I don't make the same thing for very long. I do get quite bored with making things, so I'm always trying new things. And I don't mind making mistakes as well. I've got a very large bin, and I have a go at anything, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.